actually been in a scenario where someone has had a building named after them. And I think that's significant. It's not just tonight that we're recognizing it. It's not just your typical run-of-the-mill type of recognition. It's something that I've never seen before or been a part of, and I suspect most of you haven't either. And the reason I make that distinction is because it is something different. It is something unique, and he is a unique man for having deserved this. So before I give more remarks, Bill, could you come up here so I can embarrass you a little bit more as well? Okay, so in preparation for tonight, I said to myself, what's different about tonight that we are not just going to give this wonderful man a plaque? What has he done over his career that has been so significant that we're going for forever recognize this as the Bill Henry Training Center? Well, there's a couple of things that someone could do in their career. You could become a millionaire and receive a number of awards and be very proud, and I'm sure people would honor you in many ways. Maybe somebody would create something or complete a project that might be remembered for a period of time of some unknown duration. And I said to myself, now those aren't the things that warrant someone having a building named after them. The thing that warrants his name on this building for forever is the way that he has touched the lives of the people in this room. The number of people who this man has positively affected their lives. He might not be a millionaire, maybe he is, I don't know.
Not unless you give me yours.
But you can measure this man's success well beyond any numeric value that you could put on a paycheck. He's touched the lives of thousands of people in a great way, and for that we want to honor him tonight. So with that, I'd like to read our resolution, the resolution that the trust members have asked that was drafted up. And this resolution, I'm going to give a copy to Bill to hold on to. Bill's going to be able to, he'll keep a copy of the resolution for himself. And there's another identical copy of the resolution that's going to be hung in our vestibule, if you will, along with a picture of Bill, so that, as I said before, for forever, people will walk in and know that Bill Henry not only was the foundation of this apprenticeship program, but that he's the foundation that continues forever. Whether he's here on a day-to-day basis tomorrow, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, his influence goes on. So here, I'll read the resolution. Associated Builders and Contractors of Eastern Pennsylvania Apprenticeship Board of Trustees. A resolution of the Apprenticeship Board of Trustees authorizing the name of the Apprenticeship and Craft Training Center after William L. Henry. Whereas, William L. Henry has devoted almost 50 years of his professional life to the field of career training and technical education. Whereas, he has promoted the interests of education throughout the entirety of his professional career with the utmost dignity and professionalism. Whereas, he has served since 2001 as the Director of Craft Training for the Eastern Pennsylvania chapter of the Associated Builders and Contractors and has been recognized for his dedication and leadership abilities in same. There's more, but I'd like you to listen to this paragraph the most. Whereas he has positively touched and changed the lives of young men and women in the construction industries in ways more than he or we can calculate or articulate. Whereas the Board of Trustees seeks to name the Apprenticeship and Craft Training Center in honor of William L. Henry for his outstanding service with the Associated Builders and Contractors Apprenticeship Trust Organization and for his excellence in the field of apprenticeship training. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Apprenticeship Board of Trustees of the Associated Builders and Contractors of Eastern Pennsylvania Chapter that the Apprenticeship and Craft Training Center, located at 1500 Gaiman Road, Culpsville, Pennsylvania, be hereby and forever named the William L. Henry Apprenticeship and Craft Training Center in honor of his devoted work in the industry, duly presented and adopted by the Board of Trustees, Eastern Pennsylvania Chapter, in a meeting held this 11th day of April 2013. There's nothing more to say than congratulations, Bill.
figure out who they were talking about. That's my first question. The second question is, I must have started to be here in education in 50 years. I must have come right out of the manger or something like that, because I sure don't feel like I'm not that old. But I need to tell you, this is quite an honor. They brought me into a meeting about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks, and they told me this, and I am a person that's not used to receiving. I'd much rather give than receive. But I have a couple things here that I'd like to read, and again, I thank everybody here for all of this. I still don't know who they're talking about, because we are always taught that it takes a village to raise children. In my case, my village is here and my family. I think that is really important to know. The other part of this that's really, really important, that if you don't have support from the administrative team with John Judge and Mary over there and all of the trust, you can't get a whole lot done. The letter that they read a little bit of from Jeff Zay, last year I had the opportunity to recognize him here because he's the one that allowed me to do the things that we did when we started the daytime program and when we started the different type of apprenticeship program. And John Judge came into the field, and he's been with us all along doing the same things. Our instructional staff, and I mentioned this before, the participating companies and the students who make our program as worthwhile as it is, and it gives you the drive to succeed. The drive to accomplish what needs to be accomplished for other people and for the future. I never talk to our students about a job. It's always a career. And this is the foundation of a career for each and every one of you. I could go on forever. John told me I only had 2 hours. But I know you probably have other things that you would like to do. But I need to tell you that I have truly enjoyed these past 11 and a half years when we jumped into the fire in 2001 and made a decision to do something special for our apprentices and our craft trainees. And I think that that's really important to know. The other thing that's really important to know, and the students that are here tonight certainly know this already, this program is approved by the U.S. Department of Labor. And in doing so, it allows them to become a journey person along the way if they're an apprentice. If they're an apprentice and a craft trainee, they receive national certification from NCCER, the National Center for Construction Education and Research. That is a lifetime credential. When you can do that for the people sitting in front of us and for the new people coming in, I hear these little children over there on the side, they're going to be our next apprentices. And you know, you just think about that a little bit. I can talk about that because I've got a very large family and a great family. And these are the types of things you try to build for the future in people. And that's why Rich Lindsay happens to be sitting right up here in the front. He and I worked very diligently up at the older Eastern PA chapter. We did a lot of things together. We both had the goal in mind of the student. And that is really, really important. Thank you to all who have made this unbelievable honor happen. The trust, the ABC administration, and particularly the members and the students. Thank you.